வளரிட்டே இருக்கான் அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல.
See, வளர்றது means it need not be a debate.
Okay.
Tamil வளர்றது means to say whatever comes to the mind.
Whatever comes to the mind.
You are saying some stuff that doesn't make sense. He's not trying to make a point or anything like that. He's not trying to debate.
Okay.
It's not. So வளர்றது is milder, I think, milder version. So you're not making sense at all. That kind of stuff. But yeah, it's one of the categories. One can without aimlessly kind of ramble also, right? So that's also there. Yeah, Anirudh, go ahead.
Dhanyawad.
Yes. So Guruji, I just wanted to relate something I read. After the Sita Swayamvar, the Dhanushya was broken, Shiv Dhanushya was broken and everything. And Rama and Sita are traveling back to Ayodhya, and Parshuram encounters Rama. And he says, Parshuram is clearly full of his own powers and everything. And he says, don't think that you have done something great and this and that. That was an old Dhanushya and so on. Show me if you can string my bow. Otherwise, be prepared for a fight. So Rama says, fine, show me your bow. And he cracks it in no time, which is what you would expect. And then Parshuram recognizes that this is indeed Vishnu he has encountered. And from that point on, his pran of making Kshatriyas extinct from this Jagat, he dropped it. And he went to his prayan. I mean, that's sort of, the encounter between these two personalities.
That was a turning point in the life of
Parshuram. I think he dropped his pran and took to his ending and prayan.
That is avatar end, maybe avatar.
Yes, it is. He ends the whole his life's pursuit of making Kshatriya Niputrik.
Correct. I heard this story also. Yeah, Maheshji, go ahead.
I thought Parashurama is also an avatara. So how can two avatara fight each other and not knowing each other?
Where are all these avatara rules? Show me the rule book of avatars.
I don't know. I read all that thing from Malchya Kurma, Varaha and all. Parashurama, Rama, Krishna, and that's what one version I've seen.
Correct. You're right.
Yeah. So my question is, I never heard this, but I was wondering if both are avatara and both are forms of Vishnu, how can they not know each other? That's what
I'm saying. But show me the rule book of avatars. You are coming up with your rules. I didn't hear that rule before.
Okay. No, rule means I'm saying is it not knowing? I'm saying because normally avatars are all knowing, right?
So
Rama doesn't know that he's an avatar.
Exactly. I think in all of the Ramayana, in the Ramayana, Rama keeps saying that I know myself only as a son of Dashratha. So Brahma comes and explains to him the whole that you did this and you did that and now you are Vishnu and we need you back. Shiva comes and all of those things are there in the Ramayana.
So
because that was Ravana's condition.
Yes. Correct.
In Valmiki's Ramayana, other Ramayanas there are many and many people say many things. Okay? Valmiki's Ramayana, Rama is a gem of a human being. That's it. Period. Nowhere Rama says I'm Vishnu. Nowhere somebody says Rama you're Vishnu. Somebody might say you are Vishnu. That is okay. That's his problem. Means that is his presentation. That's okay. Even that the Ramayana, I don't think it is there. Based on what I've heard about Ramayana, Rama is a Vigrahavan Dharma. Dasharathi asks Rama who he is. He says I am Dasharathi.
Dasharathi, yes.
Purushottama.
See, he says when when what's his name? Sugriva asks him. Sugriva and Rama introduce each other, they meet at some point. And then Sugriva introduces himself, and then Rama says, Aham Atmanam Manusham Manye Vidhi Dasharatatmajaha. He says, Atmanam Manusham Manye. I consider myself to be a human being. Because why? You just introduced yourself, you said you are a Vanara. So I have to tell who I am. So I consider myself to be a human being, and I am the son of Dasharatha. That is how he introduces himself. Now you might say that, so there is no indication that Rama knew he was, somewhere else it comes, I think one mantra comes and somebody tells Rama, you know what, you are Sakshat Vishnu. And he says, Rama says, is that right? Am I Vishnu? So the point is this. Anyway, the point is this. The beauty of Ramayana is that Rama is looked upon as a human being, Sita is looked upon as a human being, and they are having problems like you and I do. And that's beauty of Ramayana. And the avatara is there. Okay, he is born as an avatara, and later on he's told, etc. You are the avatara, etc. I said, okay, if I'm avatara, I'm avatara. Like that it goes. So there is a beauty to that. But yeah, again, meeting Rama, meeting Parashurama and all. Yeah, I think one avatara ends, and that's the way to show the end or something. It's okay, nothing wrong with that. I don't see any issues. So that beauty is there. Presenting, see, some people, what they say Rama knew he was Vishnu, Sita knew she was Lakshmi, and they were acting. I saw one Vyakhyanam, Upaniyasakara says this, and I lost interest after that. Hey, if they knew and they were acting, means that not okay, it's fine, nothing wrong, that also. But that is not a good way to present it. Valmiki doesn't say that. It's not Valmiki's Ramayana. Maybe some other, there are hundreds of Ramayanas out there. So each adds their own flavor to it. And some people, they have a lot of bhakti and then they will highlight Hanuman and the bhakti aspect of Lakshmana, etc. They will add. And some people will go to the extent of saying, look how devoted Sita is. And look what Rama did. Rama asked Sita to step into the fire. Prove your purity. Because that person who wrote it, his vision of Rama and Sita is purity. And so he says, come on, there is no problem. And so that's how strong Sita is, that's how strong Rama is. But somebody else looks at it and say, look, your Rama doesn't treat women properly. Something like that, they come up with all these ideas. So they're all extrapolations. They're all added by people be after Valmiki. Like this, we have so many versions. Tulsidas has his own version. But we understand it as Tulsi Ramayana. We understand Ramayana as Kamba Ramayana. Kamban's Ramayana. So like that, it must be understood. And when there is a conflict, we have to go back to Valmiki's Ramayana. We have to go back there. What did Valmiki say? And there also we should know what is historical and what is not historical. That also we have to be carefully. We should know. We say Itihasa is history. Thus indeed it was. Means it's history. Ramayana is history. Period. We don't question that. And like I said, people from outside come and they put all kinds of stuff. But we don't agree with that. But here we must understand, if Ramayana is historical, then did a person with 10 heads live? I said no. There was no person with 10 heads. There was really no person with 10 heads in the history of India. No. Then what is this 10-headed Hydra? Well, it is because Valmiki was not a historian. Valmiki is a Kavi, Adi Kavi, Mahakavi, is a poet. Poet has a license to say so many things. So many things. Metaphors they use, similes they use. And Kalidasa is a master of simile. And Valmiki says, yeah, this Ravana is a Brahmana, is such a confused guy. Instead of doing Brahmana karma, this guy is doing all kinds of stuff. He's harassing people. He's going after somebody else's woman. His head must be full of conflicts. And so he decided to show 10 heads. One head, you can have one set of conflicts. 10 heads, how many conflicts will be there? That is what Valmiki decided to show. Fantastic it is. So otherwise we'll get into this argument about this one. Was there a Pushpak Viman? Did India invent flying planes long ago? Some people say that is true. Hey, if it is true, do the science and figure it out. But if not, it's Valmiki's creation, and there is some half truth in that. There is not complete truth. All that we should be ready to accept. So it's an interesting discussion. Okay.
Dhanyavada.
Yeah. Plus, these are all cycles also, So, like many time frames, whether Parshurama's life and Rama's life intersected. That can be a thesis question, research question. Or is it a different Parshurama? That question comes also. I don't know the answer to that. So, what they say is Parshurama and Rama met. But, so these questions are always there in our thing. Anything can happen. Okay, so we will conclude that. Prasad ji, welcome. What happened? People are asking me, where is Haraprasad? I said, no, Haraprasad ji did not tell me anything.
And yeah, I had to take care of something.
Sure. Hope all is
Yeah.
well. Hope all is well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Yeah, one more question was there. Anuradha Rai Chaudhary had asked a question about long ago. Some of you will not remember, but she had a question about this Mandukya Upanishad. So there is this Nantaf Pragyam, na Bahish Pragyam, na Bhetaf Pragyam, na Prajnanaganam, na Pragyam, na Pragyam, etc. There is Adrishtam, Avyavaharyam, Agrahyam Alakshanam, Achintyam Abhyapadesham, Ekatma Pratyesaram, and then Prapanchopashamam, Shantam Shivam Advaitam, Chaturtam Manyante Sa Atma Savignena. Beautiful mantra it is. And so there her question was Adrishtam, that Atma is being described there. And some words are being used. Adrishtam, Avyavaharyam, Agrahyam, Alakshanam, Achintyam, Avyapadeshyam. These 6 words are used there, among others also. Okay. So, your question was about this Achintyam and Avyapadeshyam. So, yeah, since you have studied all that, this is not that difficult. Adrishtam. Adrishtam means not visible. It's not pratyaksha, not visible to the sense organs. Using the eyes as an upalakshana, adrishtam. So, not visible. Then Shankara says, Ataha avyavaharyam. Vyavahara means transaction, interaction. 2 things must be there to interact. And 2 objects must be there to interact. But Atma is not even visible, not an object of perception. Therefore, interaction with Atma is not possible. Atma is there in all interactions, but interaction with Atma is not possible. Okay? Avyavaharyam. Then Agrahyam. Shankaracharya says karmendriyahi. Means agrahyam. Literal meaning is grasping. You can't grasp Atma. Same reason again. You can't grasp the karmendriyas, pancha karmendriyas. You can't grasp Atma. You can't hold it. It's not a physical object. Okay? Then what? Agrahyam alakshanam. Shankaracharya says alingam. Doesn't have any definition. You can't define it categorically. You can't define Atma. That is why Tattvabodhakara defines Atma. He defines. Student is asking what is Atma, and so the teacher has to define Atma, even though there are no words that can define Atma. He uses negatives. We all remember that, right? So Panchakoshatitaha, Avasthatraya Vilakshanam, like that he uses all these words. That which is not one of the three avatars, that which is not one of the five Panchakoshas, like that he gives a definition. So that is Alakshanam. Okay? Lakshanam, that which does not have a definition. Other than Neti, then Alakshanam, Grahyam, Alakshanam, Achintyam. Achintyam means you can think of Atma. That means you can think about. Well, an object, thought also is an object. Also requires objectification. Something is objectified. A thought. I'm having a thought of the scooter that is going there. I'm having a thought because I heard the sound. Sound is drishtam. Then the thought of that vehicle came into my mind. Thought. That's objectified. Thought is also an object. Even though thoughts are very subtle and we equate the thoughts to us, but Shastram says the thought is you, but you are not thought. Correct? Thought is you, but you are not thought. Therefore, if I am not thought, thought is an object and Atma cannot be an object. Therefore, Achintyam, you can't think of Atma. Then, last word, Avyapadeshyam. Avyapadeshyam, he says, cannot be described. Shabdaihi, Shankaracharya says. Shabdaihi Avyapadeshyam. By words, you can't describe. Same thing covered earlier also. There are no words that can describe Atma. That is the meaning of that. Very interesting mantra there in Mandukya Upanishad, for which there is a Karika. Gaudapada has written a commentary on that, which is what we study when we study this Mandukya Upanishad. So I don't know if it helps Anuradha, but
Okay, namaste. The Abhyapyadeshyam, that is what I have is no language can express that, because language also needs 6 items, to explain something. So that's what I had. And my question was that this Adrishtam and Abhyavaharyam kind of says it all.
yes, it says it all. And that's why Shankaracharya says Ataha also. Therefore, he says. Therefore, he uses.
Okay.
Which means he's trying to derive a cause and effect among these things. That's what it
Okay.
is, because one implies the other also. And so there is a connection between these words. And yeah, all languages is the way you understood it, and that's nothing wrong with it. Shankaracharya doesn't use the word language. He says Shabdaihi. But Shabdaihi means word.
Right.
Word means you can ask what any language. No, doesn't matter. There's no language in the universe which can express Atma, including Sanskrit. Even though
Yes.
Sanskrit is Deva Bhasha, still, even Sanskrit falls, becomes inadequate to express Atma.
Thank you.
Categorically express Atma. So what you understood is also right. Language also is okay, but understand that what Shankaracharya says also. He uses Shabdaihi. He doesn't say Bhashabhihi. He doesn't say that. Shabdaihi.
Okay.
Thank you. I am Dharmaha Uttarottara Dhivriddhirastu. Thank you.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
Dhanyavada. Thank you.
Dhanyavada.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha, Mahodaya.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Thank you. Take care.